Hello everybody, it's Walrusxyz here, and today I've got a deck profile for you on one of my favorite Shining Victories archetypes, Amorphages. Now, Amorphages are a really amazing standard stun deck, and they do a lot for the meta. They're pendulums, and they basically require a tribute to keep your scales on, and they prevent extra deck use as well, so it's really good. So we'll start off. One Sloth. If you draw Sloth, you're screwed. That's all I have to say. He prevents cards from being added to the hand, and you have to tribute an Amorphage. And you have to have an Amorphage on field for all their effects to go off. And when he's on the field, neither player can special from extra deck except for Amorphages, which is really nice. So that's why you don't play an extra deck in this deck. And he's also got a high attack, which is really nice. 2 Goliath. Goliath is really good in your scales, and he's good on field. He's your boss monster. That's why I was debating running Pendulum Shift so you can summon him, but I couldn't make room for it, really. I just couldn't find a way to make room for it. It's really good. It's 2750, and it says any card that's sent to the graveyard is banished instead, except for Amorphage cards. By far MVP of the deck, Triple Letchery. Letchery is really good. Once you play him, they can't Twisters you if you have an Amorphage on the field, because he says, if you have an Amorphage on the field, no one can activate spells except for Amorphage spells, which is really nice. So even if they have a spell on the field, it's really nice to be able to stun them. Triple Greed. Greed is really good, because he's just a 4. He's more of a defensive card. And he stops traps. And with Mojo existing, I would rather not. 2 Gluttony and 2 Envy. I'm thinking of bumping Gluttony up to 2, and up to 3, and Greed down to 2. But I just find these are a really good balance. He stops monster effects, and you can search these out too. You can search these out. And this guy's completely irrelevant in the deck. You could run the deck without him, but he's a 4, so you use him because he's a scale fodder. But just a completely irrelevant card. Envy is one of the worst of the Amorphages. I don't like drawing him. I play Triple Pride and Triple Wrath. We never use these guys in scales. They're just our beaters because they have big numbers. And they're 4s. So they're the only ones that can be Pendulum summoned. And you use them basically for tributes. Which is nice. And then the only thing that really makes the deck consistent, in any way, is if you start with this lady here, Magical Abductor. She's really good because, well, she's a scale 3, so it just doesn't really seem to mess with the deck at all. Although I would rather have a scale 1, but this is really good because every time a spell is activated, you put a counter on it, and then you can search a Pendulum monster, which is what you want to do. You want to be able to search more, and she's a 4 as well, so you can normal her if you really have to. And then 1 Amorphax Pain the Draco Overlord, because you run the field spell, you might as well be able to play him. So he's just a heavy hitter who says, no Synchro, Fusion, or Xyz monsters can do their stuff, and your opponent skips their main phase 1, which is probably the most stupid thing ever to get off. So that's it for the monster count here. It's a pretty big one. But spells are pretty big as well. I play Triple Amorphous Persona. Persona is really good because every time one of your guys is tributed, you get to draw, and you can, well, up to twice per turn. And a lot of people are playing Kaijus now, because of the bigger monsters, and they want to deal with Cosmo, so if they tribute your stuff, that's fine, you get a draw. And then it gives everything 300, and you can also use this to ritual summon the guy, but you just want to use him for things more. Triple Amorphage Infection. This is a really good card that says, all monsters on the field gain 100 attack and defense for each Amorphage. So, all the Amorphages gain a lot of attack if you have all 3 of these on the field. And you can get them up to something crazy like 5,000. And if a monster you control is tributed, you get to search another. So, this is one of the best cards in the deck, obviously. Clearly. 1 Upstart. 2 Terraforming, because Terraforming isn't all that relevant in this deck, but it's nice to start with Terraforming and a Magical Abductor, and then, you know, anything else. And I play Scapegoat at 1 because Scapegoat's good. It's good for stalling, and you can tribute them because they can't be tributed for tribute summons. But they can be tributed for other things. So that's pretty good. That's what made the Thousand-Eyes Strict Goat format so good in the first place. And that's it for spells. On to traps. Triple Lysis. Because Lysis is really good. All it pretty much does the opposite, the exact opposite of what Parasite thing did. Really good. It just lowers all theirs by 100. And when a scale is popped, you can add another scale. So it's really good for recycling your scales and well, not recycling, but controlling your scales. And then I play Triple Pendulum Reborn because the scales are really weird. And one warning, because it's a warning. And there's no real extra deck ever played. So that's about it for the deck profile, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and subscribe and all of that fun stuff. And you know what? Just be sure to like and subscribe. And whatever. Yeah. This is a good deck profile. I have one more really good deck profile coming up after this. And then I don't have many decks left to profile for a while. But these deck profiles have been getting a consistently nice number of views, and I'd like to thank you guys for that. It really means a lot. Ever since I became a YouTuber, everything got a lot better for my channel. I've always liked this game. It's just, uploading what you like is really the way to go, obviously. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment if you want more, I don't know, whatever. Bye.